2022. What is up, everybody? So Condemn Labs, we just closed out the new year. We closed out the new year stronger than we ever had. You know, we beat last year's sales by more than double, and I'm excited about that, but we're in no way, shape, or form celebrating. We're still in our infancy stages, and we're trying to get the ball rolling out the gate heavy for 2022. So as you guys know, I booked a little vacation. I thought I'd have a nice quick getaway. Went to the Bahamas to ring in the new year. And man, was it a great trip. I had a great trip. But just like, you know, any other trip, when you start to get towards the end of that trip, you know, you start to get that anxiety of like, oh shit, I'm going back. Reality starts to set in, right? And I just want to give you guys a little bit of insight about like the hard facts of entrepreneurial things that actually happen on the entrepreneur side, right? Running your business, because it's not really pretty. It's not all that glitters is gold. And here I am. I'm going through the airport. You know, my emails are going off. I got the lawyers breathing down my neck for another fucking payment. They're looking for like at least 10, 15,000, right? My sales reps ringing off the phone. Mike, we're running out of inventory. Hey, we're selling out of this. And now in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh shit, the manufacturers can't keep up. You know, they're behind. Like lead times are 12, 16 to 20 weeks. And then, you know, obviously when that happens, naturally what happens, the accounts start digging down. You start using your capital there and you start burning credit cards up. And then I'm looking over all the athletes and I'm checking everybody's progress. And I'm like, shit, I got a bunch of fucking dead weight on this team. I got a lot of good guys, but there's a lot of guys that are just fucking sitting there like placeholders and they're not doing their part. So, you know, I thought I was able to take a vacation for 5 days, but clearly fucking not. I'm not there yet. The brand's not there yet. The brand's not automated. It's not on autopilot. You know, it's not going to be there for a little while. I'm getting better. We're putting the systems in place, but this is the ugly side of business. This is the shit they don't talk about. Everybody's flossing on the gram, showing their highlight reels, talking about how well they're doing, putting up their pictures of their steak fucking dinners, flying private, buying new shoes, getting in new vehicles. Dude, you didn't get there like that. This is the shit that people are dealing with behind closed doors, the shit that they don't talk about. This is entrepreneurship. This is what it's really about. And I want to give you guys a quick story because it came to mind. And I got a story that, you know, it's very meaningful to me because, you know, I don't talk about it often, but it's some of the things that really help define you and your character, especially when you're starting out. And if I could, like I said, if I could always save somebody a couple of bumps and bruises and scraped knees along the way, this is really why I started vocalizing. I don't like to be out in the forefront talking shit. I'd rather be on the back end because I feel like the more quiet I am, the less people know me and the more they follow the brand. I don't want people to judge the brand based on me, but I am an extension of the brand right now. So when we first started in 2016, I was plugged in with a manufacturer from another manufacturer, from another brand owner per se. And, you know, it was a very big brand, one of the biggest brands in the industry. And the guy turned out to be a fucking piece of shit. You know, he turned out to be a piece of shit and the company and his private label thing was like a real piece of shit move too. So, but long story short, you know, we scrape up some money. We're getting ready to start our own brand. Me and Richie, God rest Richie's soul. And we turn around and we put down $85,000 on our first purchase order. And it was a lot of money to us at the time. This is 6 years ago. We're like, oh shit, like, we're excited. We're going to get these products. We've been working on formulas for months. We're going back and forth with the R&D. Long story short, 6 months later, it takes us to get the products because the initial start is like a lot of, you know, there's a lot of things going back and forth with the labeling. There's a lot of sampling. There's a lot of flavor testing. There's a lot of back and forth, right? Like when you first start, once you get it dialed in, you'll be able to get it going a little bit smoother and the machine will start getting a little bit more well-oiled. But in the beginning, the first order sucks. It takes forever. But it's better because you're trying to put out good products to everybody, right? So long story short, this guy gets us the products. It takes 6 months to come. There was a problem with every product, every single product. I mean, you name it. The flavors were okay, but there was too much dye in there. So people were drinking it and their teeth were turning red and their teeth were turning blue. The products were overfilled with powder. Some of the products, pre-workout started turning to stone. We even spent $20,000 on samples. Here we are thinking, oh, we're going to get samples out. A lot of the small brands that start off, they don't utilize samples. They don't pay for samples. You know, it's too expensive. We dove in, we bought the samples. Guess what? The samples turned to concrete. So now I'm giving people samples that are fucking concrete. And I'm telling them how great the product is. I'll just dip it, just put it in the water. It's going to dissolve. Don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. And meanwhile, they're taking it out, they're chewing it, they're breaking their teeth off the shit. $20,000 in the garbage for that. You know, the scooper sizes were wrong. The lockdown that we were using at the time was creatine, ethyl ester, unflavored to the guy that was manufacturing at the time. was apparently like, you know, when you unflavor things, sometimes you still use artificial sweeteners and things to balance out some of the bitterness. this guy, I mean, this product tastes like battery acid. So now this is all like news to me. And maybe because it was my own, we were like kind of turning like the cheek a little bit on certain things. Like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You know, kind of like if you like cook some shitty food, but since you cooked it, you'll still eat it anyway. And you think it's somewhat decent, you know, but if you went to like a 5-star restaurant, you'd be like, yo, fuck this. But, so long story short, now at that time I'm competing. I'm still relevant in the industry. You know, I own the supplement store. I had a lot of relationships with other supplement stores owners that I followed. So, you know, Mike's getting ready to launch his own brand. People would just welcome it with open arms. And a lot of people helped me get out of the gate. And a lot of those stores were key stores. And here I am now. I sell them these products, and I'm thinking they're the best thing since sliced bread. And I put my heart and soul into them. You know, I used to own a supplement store, right? So like that's part of the reason why I started formulating my own products. I thought I could do better than what I was selling. So here I am, like I'm real passionate about it. I'm getting these people's hands. I'm telling them about it, selling them a dollar and a dream, and they're picking the lineup. Yeah, give me 24, give me 48. Hey, Mike, this that, and next thing you know, a month later, all the problems start rolling in. Hey, Mike, this is not tasting good. Having a lot of trouble with the dye. Hey, some of the products are starting to form. They're getting a little hard. So I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, here we go. Now all the problems are coming. They're coming around. Like, we didn't know initially the problems. We didn't know all of them. They started coming up. I wasn't trying to bait and switch anybody, and I'll tell you about that in a minute so that you know I wasn't. So here I am now. I'm in this bad position. The manufacturer fucked me. The guy that plugged me with the manufacturer, he is what he is. And I'm reaching out to this guy, and he's too busy to make it right. Actually, he tries to make it right on top of fucking it up and fucks it up even more by taking product back and then shipping it back even worse than it was. So here I am now, $85,000 in the hole. I don't have much more capital laying around where I have access to just dump in there, you know, without leaving myself like a little nest egg for safety. And, you know, you're nervous, you're scared, and you got all these people that you reached out to that took your brand in, based upon your name, your reputation, and your word. And at the end of the day, to me, man, money comes and goes, but your fucking name, your reputation, your word, sometimes that fucking handshake, that's the most strongest thing you could have. You know, in this day and age, it doesn't mean as much, but for a little bit of an old school mindset, that shit's important to me. So now I immediately start working with another manufacturer who's more reputable in the business and got his shit together. I go, fly out, check out the facility. They own, you know, one of the guys in Atlanta. I mean, these guys own blocks. They own blocks. They got their shit together. They're buttoned up. They have a real manufacturing facility. There's like a pharmaceutical background. There's testing machines there. It's just massive operation. I feel a lot more confident. And this guy gives me a little bit of wiggle room. He extends me some terms. He helps me out. And now as I start getting my run and my order through him, what do I do now? I'm in this like, you know, rock and a hard place situation. Do I burn these people and just keep selling this to other people now like nothing ever happened? No. That's not what I'm about. That's not how I do business. So now I start taking the second products that I bought that are better manufactured and put together, and I start taking these back from the customers of what they have off the shelf and giving them the new products. What does that do to me? That puts me 6 feet under. It puts me at a loss twice. You know, I'm losing the new products and the old products as I'm trying to make the situation right. And then I'm running real fucking lean after that because whatever I have left to recoup funds, I need to go back in. So, you know, that's just another story to tell you guys. You know, the brand should have been underwater we should have been out of business the first run. If not the first run, the second run that had helped fix the first run, we should have been dead under the water. But you know what? When you get a couple of people that put their heads together and they're willing to work hard and they're willing to hustle a little bit harder and they're going to be consistent and they got that figure it out attitude, you know, you make shit happen. And that was one of the situations that we ran into, you know, right out the gate. And it could have put us out of business. You know, it could have put us out of business, put a bad taste in my mouth. I learned a lot from it. You know, now we set things up a lot more professional. You know, we measure twice, we cut once. We don't do business with everybody. Not all money is good money. I'm not taking a referral from somebody unless it's like A+, you know, somebody I really, really trust, not somebody who, you know, the guy that I took the referral from right now, you know, he's under indictment getting ready to go to jail, you know, for whatever shady shit he did with his brand. So I'm done, like, you know, with those situations. So now we use our best intuition. And we make sure that we work hard and we stay consistent with the brand. You know, we didn't quit. We didn't give up. And it was stressful. I remember the beginning. I'm like, this has been a rocky roller coaster right out the gate. And this, you know, just going back to what I said before, this is fucking entrepreneurship. This is what it's really about. You know, all that glitters is not fucking gold. You could watch everybody's highlight on social media and with all their wins and they're broadcasting their wins. There's a lot of fucking L's in that background that might have got there. Well, there's a lot of people that are just faking it till they make it, so be careful who you follow and who you, look out for and who you look to role model and help you get motivated and inspired. But that's just another Condemned Lab story, guys. I wanted to just wrap up, give you a little bit of insight about entrepreneurship, let you know about some of the stresses and shit I deal with on a daily basis. And then I'm going to follow up with some more videos. I got a really cool video coming out. I'm going to tell the brand story. This kind of touches upon the initial, the launch of the brand and some of the trials and tribulations, as well as current stuff going on. But I'm going to tell you guys about the brand, how the brand came about, who I am, what I have going on, and why I started the brand. And maybe, that'll encourage you guys to take a little bit of a harder look at Condemned Labs and appreciate where we come from and, the direction we're heading. So with that being said, guys, keep following. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe.